There's one story of a U.S. Marine squad that was doing a patrol, and they came along and there were farmers digging in ditches on the side of the road. And the farmers were immediately concerned because they thought they'd be viewed as preparing holes for IEDs. After the Marines engaged with them and determined that it was not, it was absolutely legitimate, the Marines took their gear off and helped dig. There were cases of partnering. Went down on Thanksgiving, our Thanksgiving, to visit, where there's a platoon of forces right in a small combat outpost with an Afghan National Police element. And they've become one element, one effort. And what that does is it increases understanding. It increases how we know we must operate. And it convinces the Afghan people that we are not here as occupiers, that we're here as teammates to let them move forward. And so the greatest capability that we increase is probably not 30,000 more forces. It's probably here. It's probably in each of us and we as an organization. Commitment. I mentioned that counterinsurgency in any effort like this is often determined by people deciding who will win. And the commitment that a force or a nation or a people demonstrate is central to that. You've seen out of the Secretary General of NATO statements about NATO ISAF's commitment to this outcome, commitment to the people of Afghanistan. You've seen from President Obama this morning the clear commitment of additional force, the clear commitment to the way ahead. More closely, you've seen the commitment of each of you in this room. People far from their homes or closer to their home, committed to helping other people. That's an extraordinary thing. This is not a war for profit. It's not a war for conquest. And it's not a war for glory. It's a war to give people a chance. And it's a war to give the Afghan people who, after 30 years of war, deserve a chance for something different. And so the clear commitment that we demonstrate in big ways with speeches and announcements of forces, but more importantly that we demonstrate every day by how we operate, by how we drive, by how we interface. We have a level of commitment that we have not had before. And that will change everything. Finally, confidence. In war, the side that believes it is going to win normally wins. But that confidence goes beyond just military forces. The confidence has got to be placed in the people we're here to support. When an Afghan farmer decides what crop to raise, is he going to raise wheat or is he going to raise poppies? It's based on, does he believe he can get his crop to market? Can he move on roads? Or is he dependent upon a drug dealer to take opium paste from him? When people make the decision whether to vote, they accept some risk to themselves because in many cases they've been threatened. And they exhibit the confidence to go forward despite that and vote. They're voting for the future because they are putting confidence in the future. Every time we see a building built, an investment made, a crop planted, a child put in school, or a soldier joining the Afghan National Army or Afghan National Police, they are exhibiting confidence in the future. They've made a choice to commit themselves. And they've signaled that they are confident the future will be different than the past. And everything we do that exhibits confidence in our success reflects the fact we know the clarity, capability, and commitment that we have is enough to do that. As I mentioned, this is an extraordinary coalition. 43 nations. People far from home. Different languages, different habits. But we're here for one thing. We're here because we said that the people of Afghanistan deserve a chance. We're here because we said that it's important for people to get a chance. We have nations here helping who have been helped in the past. And most of our nations have. At some point in our history, most of our nations have relied on other nations to step forward in some way, either there to our defense, to our economic well-being, or to help people in the case of a natural disaster. Like neighbors in a town that step forward when a family's in need, what we have is 43 nations that have stepped forward when a nation is in need. But it isn't free, and it isn't easy. And there will be a lot of people who will question whether we can do it. There will some who will question whether we should do it. But nobody should question from today on whether we will do it. I'm proud of each one of you. I'm proud of us as a coalition, and I'm proud of you as individuals. There are going to be more long nights, more cold days, more memorial services, more frustrations, more questions, more answers to questions, but there are also going to be more Afghans with a chance, more Afghans with security, more Afghans with the ability to make the choice for their future to build the country the way they want it. So now's the time we go forward. Thank you.